Hey everyone, and welcome to your Autodesk University Survival Guide. So we are putting this short series together for you guys, because we know how accessible Autodesk University is for everyone in our region. If you've attended an AU before, you will also know how much volume there is in regards to the number of classes you can choose from. In the AEC space alone this year, there's about 260 classes to pick from. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down for you and help point you in the right direction. So today I'm here with my colleague Stefan Gumpert, and he's going to share some personal reflections on his Autodesk University experience, including what makes this year's conference so great, why it's worth attending, and he's also going to share his top 5 recommended classes. So Stefan, how are you, mate?
Mate, I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain.
So first question for you, how many AUs have you attended in the past?
So I've been to two physical AUs, and I'll be obviously attending this year's AU as well, which will be a virtual event, which will be a first, obviously. Totally 100% valuable. But
so for those that don't know, AU is usually held in Vegas every year, which can make the journey quite difficult from Australia. So I think it's pretty cool that it's going to be in a virtual setting this year. So next question for you, why should our listeners register and attend this year's event?
Yeah, that's a good question. So being that it's virtual, it's obviously going to be a time zone friendly event. It's going to be held across the 18th to the 20th. This is, the days when you can access all the classes and information. The 4 days of extreme learning from both on-demand pre-recorded sessions to also some live sessions which will be broadcast by people across different time zones or different regions. And some of the sessions will even have time-friendly Q&A at the end of the sessions to allow us to be able to talk through some of the stuff that you may be thinking about in each of the classes. The important part here is that registrations are 100% free. There's no cost involved. Simply have to sign up, and then on the 3 days at hand, pick and choose the sessions that you want to access, which we're going to try and give you some recommendations. Obviously, you would pick and choose whatever it is that you need, but as I said, the amount of data and information that you can access from these sessions is quite awesome. And I'm sure you agree with me, Adam. Every time you come back from an AU class, everyone always seems very excited and, reinvigorated as to the direction they want to head, what changes they want to make to their daily workflows and so on.
Yeah, definitely. I think the fact that it is free this year is a really compelling reason why people should attend an AU. So Stefan, can you give me an explanation of how you chose your 5 recommended classes this year, and then can you explain those 5 classes to us?
Sure can. So look, my principle in life is I want to work smarter, not harder. So basically when I sit down and choose my classes, I try and choose classes that will potentially help my processes that are in my day-to-day working. Obviously, I want to increase my skills and capability, but I also want to learn from other people's mistakes. A lot of these sessions that people provide talk about projects that they've executed, things that worked well, but they also talk about things that didn't work well. So learning from other people's mistakes. And my big one, obviously, with the fact that I want to work smarter, not harder, automation is a big key for me as well. All right, let me jump into my 5 classes. So my first class here, I have to start with a passion of mine, but not limited to, of course, steel fabrication. So those of you who know me, steel is a big background in my life. And there's a class here, Revit and Advanced Steel, Buddies for Life by Deepak Mani. And for those of you who know, Deepak is probably one of my favorite speakers and authors. Especially because on a regular basis, he does get the Speaker of the Year award at AU. I believe it's twice now he's had that. His sessions are always well-paced, informative, and enjoyable to watch. And of course, I have to give a little plug to to us as well. This is one of the sessions where we will have a live Q&A with Deepak and myself at this session.
Time zone friendly.
Definitely time zone friendly. The second one, we're going to change tact a little bit. So I'm sure, Adam, you know, data is a big passion of mine. Power BI is something I do for our team on a regular basis. Having data at the center is so important, right? Without the insights of what's happening in your project and having a way to show the data in a meaningful way, the data is useless, right? And when you're working with BIM 360, there's so much information that's captured on a regular basis inside the system. Being able to take that data and re-represent it in a way to make sense is important. Xiaodong's master at utilizing the Forge APIs, and he's been my go-to guy for the last 3 years when it comes to help, and he never lets me down. So definitely worth going to check this class out, especially if you're a BIM 360 user. It's definitely valuable to go and see what it is you can actually do here. The third session here is pretty much focused around advanced deal, but focused around large projects. So Emmy's one of those people in the organization who's got amazing experience in using advanced deal, both practically and from an Autodesk perspective. So having this experience to show you what you should and shouldn't do in complex projects is definitely worth a look at. Emmy's classes, again, are always easy to digest. He's a good talker, a good speaker. I recommend this one for sure. I've taken a small extra class here called Powering Through Fabrication Efficiently, using the Fabrication CAD MEP products. I've not seen Darren speak before, but this definitely looks like a class that I'd like to go and see. Knowing how to utilize and manage the ITM content for Fabrication CAD MEP is obviously relevant both to the fabrication side of things, but using those fabrication parts in Revit as well. So again, definitely worth checking this one out. My last class here is from Tomac. Tomac has some awesome skills in robot. Honestly, I don't need to say much more. So, if you're interested in Dynamo as well as a little bit about robot structural, this is something worth having a look at, or having a look at the automation side of things here when it comes to for structural engineers and Dynamo. Check it out. It's definitely worth it.
That's it. That's your 5 classes. So thank you for that, Stefan. There's some super interesting ones there. I think the Dynamo stuff is high on my interest list as well. So look, we'll leave it there. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this content, and we look forward to seeing you in the end of November at the Autodesk University Conference. Thanks. Bye.